statue of Ramses II seated between the god Amun and the goddess Mut. This large statue stands on a base about 50 centimeters high. It is 1 meter and 70 centimeters tall, 1 meter and 13 centimeters wide, and 90 centimeters in depth. It is carved out of pink granite. It is a wonderful example of a sculptural group featuring 3 characters sitting on a throne. From left to right, we encounter the god Amun, King Ramses II, and the goddess Mut. In Egyptian art, there are often group statues showing family groups, including husband, wife, and children, or kings with gods. In this last case, the subjects are often on a different scale, the god being larger than the king. In this sculpture, instead, the 3 subjects share the same proportions. They are seated side by side on a large throne with a high back, and they are embracing. We can hence deduce that the king and the gods are presented here as being of equal rank. We can tell the figure in the middle is King Ramses II by what he's wearing, a draped kilt called the shendit and the nemes headdress, with the ureus snake on the forehead. Above the nemes is an elaborate crown called henu, formed of a pair of horizontal curly ram horns topped by 2 ostrich feathers and a sun disk. The king embraces the bodies of the 2 gods sitting on either side of him. His hands are hidden behind the backs of Amun and Mut. Above the group, on the front of the high back of the throne, is a hieroglyphic inscription identifying the 3 subjects. On the right of the king is seated the god Amun, who also wears a shendit kilt, but wears a different crown graced with 2 long vertical falcon plumes. These probably allude to the nature of Amun, who is also known as the god of the wind. Amun's left arm is behind Ramses' back, while the other one rests on the right leg. On the other side of the throne is the goddess Mut, dressed in a long smooth tunic reaching down to her ankles, leaving 2 large ankle bracelets exposed. The tunic is held up by 2 straps. On her head is a striped wig with a ureus cobra on the forehead. On the wig, she wears a crown graced with cow's horns and a sun disk in the middle. The same crown is also worn by other goddesses, such as Isis and Hathor, possibly to indicate the role as mothers or nurses. The name Mut means indeed mother. Her right arm embraces Ramses, while her left arm, which is damaged at wrist height, rests on her leg, which is also damaged. The whole composition can be read as a statement of the divine nature of the king, who is placed between the 2 patron gods of Thebes, the capital of Egypt, as if he were their son.